Here shortly, but let's find out what's been happening elsewhere in the world of football with Ray Stubbs.
Thanks, Gary. First of all, another World Cup qualifier, Scotland against Norway. Tony Gubber reporting.
Well, Ray, Scotland's World Cup hopes and perhaps Bertie Vogts' future both look bleak tonight after they conceded a penalty and had James McFadden sent off 10 minutes into the second half against Norway. The Everton man handling to prevent a goal after Lundekvam had easily outjumped goalkeeper Craig Gordon to win the ball in the air. Stefan Iversen scored the spot kick. Scotland might argue that nothing went right for them. They were denied a goal in the first half when a scrambled effort by Richard Hughes was ruled not to have crossed the goal line before being cleared by Iversen. But the harsh truth was that Norway always looked the better side. It's Scotland's first home defeat in a World Cup qualifier since 1985, and with only 1 point now from 2 home games, qualifying is going to be hard this time.
Quite a setback for Scotland. Belarus's game against Moldova has just got underway while Italy travel to Slovenia tonight. Viewers in Scotland can see extended highlights of the Scotland game from 11:30 on BBC One. Around Europe, other World Cup qualifiers are being played. These are the games that kicked off before 5 o'clock. Czech Republic 1, Romania 0. That's a later score. The Czech lead through a penalty from the giant striker Jan Koller. Finland 3, Armenia 1 as a result. The Bracebridge striker Shefki Kuki has helped the Finns. In Group 3, Luxembourg 0, Russia 0. Luxembourg putting a stout defensive performance to keep the Russians at bay so far. Slovakia 0, Latvia 1 as a later score. Sweden 2 up against Hungary in Group 8. The goals, Arsenal's Freddie Ljungberg and Henrik Larsson has got the second. Other scores today domestically in the Coca-Cola Football League League 1, Barnsley 0, Brentford 0, Torquay United 2, Huddersfield Town 1, Walsall 2, Colchester United 1, and in League 2, Cambridge United 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Leyton Orient 1, Bury 1, Lincoln City 3, Kidderminster Harriers 0. Games in the Nationwide Conference today, Barnet 5, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Burton Albion 3, Gravesend and Northfleet 2, Canvey Island 2, Forest Green Rovers 1, Crawley Town 0, Northwich Victoria 0, Exeter City 0, Carlisle United 0, Farnborough Town 1, York City 1, Lee RMI 1, Stevenage Borough 2, Morecambe 3, Tamworth 0, Scarborough 2, Aldershot Town 2. Let's check how all this is affecting the tables. First of all, in Coca-Cola League 1, leaders Luton were a massive 10 points clear at the start of the day after beating Hartlepool last night. Brentford could also pull back a single point today after managing just a 0-0 draw against Barnsley. Tranmere didn't play, but they face the leaders Luton again next week. At the bottom, Torquay finally got their first home of the season, but move of just 1 place thanks to Walsall's win today. Milton Keynes Dons lost to Bradford last night, sees them slip into the bottom 4. Stockport remain bottom after their loss to Bournemouth last night. League 2, Swansea and Scunthorpe both won last night to lift themselves above Yeovil, who suffered a shock defeat against Rochdale. Leyton Orient failed to capitalise on that slip-up today. A draw means they remain a point behind in 4th place. Kidderminster remain bottom, have now gone 4 games without a win. Better luck for Cambridge United. Their shock win over Bristol Rovers moves them 4 places up the table into 19th place. Now the conference. Barnet moved 3 points clear at the top of their emphatic 5-0 win over Dagenham and Redbridge. Second place Carl ended their 6-game winning run with a draw against Exeter and fall a further point adrift in second. Hereford now have a game in hand. They sit level on points with 4th place Gravesend after they lost to Burton Albion. Now back to World Cup qualifiers now. Let's take a look at the Group 4 situation. Republic of Ireland in action tonight in France after they look to maintain their strong start. Elsewhere, the bottom 2 teams have just kicked off while Israel face Switzerland this evening. 4 teams on 4 points there. We're going to get some pre-match thoughts now from Mark Lawrenson, who is already in Paris. Mark, any news on the Irish side?
No, absolutely none, Ray, so far. I think the options for Brian Kerr are many, but the sort of sages of the Irish press are tending to think that Steve Finnan will play on the right side of midfield. John O'Shea's been playing midfield alongside Roy Keane for Manchester United, might end up at left back, and it looks like Kevin Kilbane will play alongside Roy Keane in midfield. So we're all guessing at the moment, but I think that's a 90% of the scribes of the Irish press are going that route anyway.
And this is a French side in transition. How do you assess Ireland's chances tonight?
I don't think they'll ever have a better chance than here in what, just under 3 hours' time, because new coach, still not really got his feet under the table. Obviously retirements of some great players, Zidane obviously amongst them. I think they're missing Vieira tonight, Trezeguet, Makelele as well. Some of the new players who come in have had very, very few caps, hence very little experience. And I think, you know, that the French crowd are rather apathetic towards the team at the moment. They mistrust their team at the moment. So, you know what Ireland are like, you've seen them on many occasions, difficult to play against, difficult to beat. 25,000 supporters in the stadium tonight from Ireland, so it'll be a fantastic atmosphere for them, and if they could get a point tonight, it would be a job well done.
Thanks, Mark. The French lacking polish of late. Don't forget, of course, that game is live. BBC 2, 7:45, France against the Republic of Ireland. Now, back to Gary at Old Trafford.
Thanks very much, Ray. That game at the Stade de France should be quite